And welcome back to What If. We're on part 4 of What If Bardock and Gine had gone to Earth with Goku. So, to do the Rockabars, like, wait, brother, do the voice. Last time on the Dragon Ball Z, What If Bardock and Gine had gone to Earth with Goku. Goku, Bardock, Gine, and his brother had all met with the vicious Saiyan Radids, or the formerly vicious Saiyan Radids, after he met his brothers, mother and father after so many years training on Earth and being on Earth. Radids was a footnote compared to him. After some interactions and talking and convincing on their part, they did convince Raz to join them to relieve Frieza. And the issue of Nappa and Vegeta was really the only one that was the main concern. So Bardock, being Bardock, basically just flat out called them out saying, yo, look, here's where the Earth is. We'll be here if you want to find us. So they had a year of training. Now, one thing I want to bring up is kind of like a little house cleaning. So I didn't bring up what was going on with Gohan in that time frame. Was Gohan training with them? Yes, but he wasn't training to fight Vegeta or Nappa. Honestly, as they are now, Goku and Bardock alone could handle Vegeta and Nappa. Jinsen could handle Nappa and Vegeta without relative difficulty, even when they go Ozaru. Gohan would train, sure. And, I'd say we double his power overall. His power at the moment is 1,500. Double it to 3,000, because he's not training for the same reasons that, say, the rest are training. In the original, he was training with Piccolo because Piccolo kidnapped him and was preparing for the Saiyan invasion. In this one, no, there's no reason for him to fight. They already have Goku. His brother is, Goku's brother is already like 60,000, so forth and so on. Where do they stand after the training? Goku's probably around 750. Bardock is an older Saiyan. I mean, Saiyans stay in their prime longer, so up until he hit maybe like 70, 75, he'd pretty much be in consistent shape, though he'd probably be a bit more battered and broken overall as an individual. Even if you were a peak fighter going into your later years, you'll start to feel some of the crinks in your body a bit. So Bardock isn't as strong as his son. Goku's probably like around 750. I'll even round up to 800. Bardock's maybe around 700,000. But Bardock is just a more experienced warrior and has had opportunities to train with both Roshi and Grandpa Gohan. So as an actual fighter, at least at this moment, Bardock is actually a better fighter than Goku is. Goku's just naturally stronger than Bardock. The Z Warriors, all are pretty much stronger than their initial ones, particularly Krillin and Piccolo and TM, because Krillin and Piccolo always train to try to keep up with Goku. Piccolo, likewise, trained harder to keep up with Goku. And Yamcha and Chiaotzu would follow in suit, not to train to beat Goku, but because they're training with stronger individuals gives them more room for growth. So pretty much just bump Yamcha and Chiaotzu up 700, which because Chiaotzu's like 694, 700 for Chiaotzu, 1,500 for Yamcha, Tien's around 3,000, Krillin's around 3,500. Piccolo, who we put around 12,000 and 1,200 in the last one, was able to multiply his power by 8 times in the original version, and that's not including when he had to train Gohan. So he, in theory, could have gotten even stronger if he didn't have to also train Gohan. So I would imagine that being said, he's stronger, so progression would be a little harder for him. We'll keep him at the 8, which would mean he's not full 10. He'd be, just doing the quick math in my head here, around 9,000. We'll just round him up to 10. Let's just round him up to 10. So 10,000 is what his full power is right now. So everyone pretty much, bids goodbye to their loved ones. Gine is probably around 5,000 at this point. Again, she's a housewife. She's happy being a housewife, though she's a Saiyan, so she is relatively powerful. Nappa and Vegeta, I was going to say Nappa and Radz. Nappa and Vegeta land. They all prepare. They actually all meet up in the same spot. Even Piccolo meets up. There's I forgot. Jinsen is roughly around 150,000. Raditz, after a lot of training and realizing a lot of the benefits of the planet and Bulma's technology, stuff like that, hit around 60,000. I think that's because he'd have to start acclimating to the higher gravity states, higher gravity levels. Whereas all the other Z fighters are pretty acclimated to it, or at least Vegeta, at least Goku and his family are pretty acclimated to it. So Vegeta and Nappa both arrive. Now everyone's powers are suppressed, so they're not going to let on, at least initially, that they are just that powerful. They want to gauge Nappa and Vegeta, particularly Vegeta. I mean, if they can get Nappa and Vegeta on their side, great. Because they don't want to have to kill some of the last Saiyans if they don't have to. If Vegeta poses that big a threat, they'll do it if they have to. Nappa's a bit of an oaf, so they'll kill him if he's expendable, though they would prefer not to. Or at least Goku would. Bardock's like indifferent either way. But Nappa and Vegeta come down, and Nappa's like, so this is Earth. Yes, quite a wasteland, isn't it? There we are. So, Raditz, I see you've gone up and joined your weakling lower class family. Figures losers who stick together. Raditz, for the most part, despite being much stronger now, even stronger than Vegeta, would be starting to like, why you? And then Bar's like, easy, son. Oh, so this is the mighty Bardock. Last I recall, you were a scientist, quite the brainiac for us Saiyans, anyway. I must thank you though for inventing things like this. The Tuffle Scouters are Tuffle technology, but I do thank you for all the advance you gave off my father. In fact, it was so impressive. I'm sure Frieza would be very happy to have you along. You could aid us, join us even. And then Vegeta is just trying to persuade him. No, I'm just kidding. I don't give two craps about Frieza. We only work on him because we have to. And then Bart's like, good, because I want to propose something. Oh, you'd like to propose something? How about those Dragon Balls I heard you talk about? It's like, what? It's like, did we bring up Dragon Balls? It's like, oh crap, we kind of did a little bit. Yes, I heard them. I heard you talk about them. And I recalled on the way here that the Namekians created the Dragon Balls. So he goes into talking about, it's like, so where are they? And it's like, yeah, we're not giving you the Dragon Balls. It's like, oh no. It's like, have you already used them? Have you already gained immortality? And they all look at each other like, why would we want immortality? It's like, what do you mean? Why wouldn't you want immortality? You'd have an infinite amount of time to grow, get strong. You could be the strongest being in the universe. Yeah, but I have to watch everyone die. You could all be immortal. It's like, yeah, we could, but what's the point of that? I mean, everything will eventually go and run its course and die. So then Vegeta's kind of just, oh, you're so irritating. And then, I imagine it'd be Goku or Kakarot in this case. I would say that. It's like, Kakarot, come on. It's like, so you're just as naive and weak as your father, as your brother, who the hell are you? Oh, I'm his younger brother. I'm Jinsen. So this is the multiplying. So it's like, okay, and the Piccolo's like, all right, enough talk. Let's small talk. Let's get down this. You're not even worth our time there. Nappa, get the Cybermen. It's like, oh, of course, Vegeta. So it just plants the Cybermen. They grow up. And, Bar's like, don't worry, these guys are not that strong. Like, then we'll take care of it. Watch, let's show them what we got. Of course, let's do this. It's like, okay. And then he's like, right, totally. And then they go in and fight the Cybermen. That goes pretty smoothly. Yamcha almost still, because Yamcha's barely stronger than his original version, so he almost gets taken out again by a rogue Cyberman. Except this time, Bardock just goes in and just, poof. It's like, really? He snuck up on me! And he just looks up. Really? It's like, go. You and Chatsu, go sit on the bench. Joe, go sit on the bleachers there. Just some rocks. That's our bleachers. Go sit there. I like how people always harsh on Yamcha, where Chaozu is much weaker than even Yamcha. Does anyone even realize that? And Chaozu, Yamcha at least participated past the Saiyan saga. Chaozu didn't do jack. Remember, participated doesn't mean he actually did much, but he still participated. And he's still trained to a certain degree. I don't believe Chaozu did that. I could be wrong on that, but I don't believe he did do that. But Chaozu's abilities as a fighter don't stem from his physical abilities or martial arts abilities. It stems from his psychic abilities comparatively. So, yeah, so they basically tap. I was like, all right then, my turn. And then Nappa decides to go toe to toe, try to take them all on. Now, Piccolo's, standing on the sidelines because he's not really a team player at this time in his life. He hasn't had Gohan interacted with him to, soften him up. Though I'd imagine he's probably mellowed a little. He's still very much, it's the enemy of my enemy kind of scenario. But Tien and Krillin are actually able to hold Nappa back relatively competently. That makes sense. Pretty competently is what I was trying to say in this sentence. The reason for this is I don't get how they were trying to perceive this in the manga and in the anime. Nappa suppresses 4,000. Piccolo, his full power is 3,500. Only a 500 power level difference. And yet Nappa was still, and with Krillin aiding Piccolo, was still able to royally thrash Piccolo. I don't get that disparity in power I don't get that type of beating when the disparity in power is relatively minimal. If Piccolo's around 3,000, that's a different story. I could get it then, but I don't in this case. So with two individuals of 3,000 plus, or 3,000 plus in Krillin's case, they're able to actually put up a really solid fight against suppressed Nappa, who's actually really struggling. Krillin pulls up the Destructor Disc, nearly nails Nappa, but Nappa is able to get out of the way, but still cuts him, and even maybe scrapes the top of his arm off. You cod! All right, now you made me mad, buddy. Battle of the Ball, round 2. And then he just powers up, and at that point now, Krillin and Tien are basically getting their butts thrashed. And it's are we gonna help? It's yeah. It's nah, I can't kick your ass right now, Raditz. So I'm gonna have to take it out on your former comrade. It's Raditz just I'm good, go ahead. And then Piccolo comes in. Basically, he's full power too, around 10,000. So he just lands a straight shot into Nappa's gut. Just boom, throws him back. And they starts wailing at Nappa. Boo, 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 boo. Nappa and thus Disruptor tries to attack them. Bardock they're all there waiting just in case. But Piccolo's no, you don't. And then he's charging his Masem Capo. Masem Capo is the actual name of the technique, but Special Beam Cannon. Except this time, instead of going straight like that, he swings his arm around and what would it be? Underhands it? That'd be the term. Underhands it, just blasts Nappa through the gut and chest, and he falls again. Vegeta, I always loved you. It's what? Just kidding. I got you there for a moment. Remember the bug plant, Vegeta? Huh? Vegeta? And then just dies I'm not gonna miss him. So Green Man, let's see how you pick Nappa. Well, let's see if you can beat me. And then, Piccolo and him go toe to toe. Now, Piccolo is isn't even as strong as Goku with the Kaioken going when he showed back up and fought Vegeta. But at 10,000 versus 16, which is Vegeta suppressed, he would be able to at least land a couple shots, I'd think. Ultimately, he'd still lose, but before he, it's all right, Rads, you're up. They're basically going up the chain of command here. Raditz comes in, just stops Piccolo from dying because we need Piccolo because if he's gone, the Dragon Balls are gone. Comes in, just boom, nails Vegeta. Now he's also suppressed at this moment, probably only about half his strength, which is about 30,000, or maybe only about, let's say Vegeta's max at 18,000. So they go toe to toe. Vegeta's on the losing side. Then he powers up. So I know you're not fighting at your full power, and neither am I. Right, let me show you. And then he powers up, which really wasn't that big a jump. And Rad's just, he's yeah, okay, you might want to get that scout around, Vegeta. What are you talking about? And then, Vegeta, he just, and then he just powers up. And this is pretty much going to be cathartic therapy for Raditz. Now Raditz's scouter, when Bulma recalibrated it to pick up the fight with Vegeta and Goku, broke around 21,000, I think 21-24, something like that. There's nothing to indicate that Vegeta's was a different model that can maybe handle a lot bigger power level, so I have to believe it's calibrated the same way, so it breaks around there. Vegeta, 21, blasts off his face. What? No. Let's get even higher, and he decides to power up to his full power. Powers up to his full 60,000, and just it's Rad's gonna be come on. It's like, "Rah!" And then just, Vegeta just, and Rad's just, you want to try again? Nope. And then he actually literally just channels some energy into his hair, just whips it around and smacks Vegeta with his hair, then just grabs him, just boom, starts beating the ever-loving crap out of him. And this goes on for a little while, too. He's basically just like, all right, Vegeta, look, there'd be, part of me would really love to kill you right now, but Dad says he wants to talk. So I can kill you, or we can talk, and then he just, screw you, and he gets a lucky sucker punch in on him. Crap. Screw talking. I'll just blow up this entire planet. Gallet Khan! Fire! And then, he charges the Gal gun and fires at the planet. Now, any four of them can easily take it, but Rad's the one who's still fighting, and, fair engagement of a fight. They let Rad's deal with it. And it's basically kind of like what happened when Frieza blocked Goku's times 20, Kaioken times 20 Kamehameha. It's like, boom! Except this time just throws it to the side, just, there's a little singe on his hand, that's about it, just, Rad's just like, are you done? And Bardock's looking up at him, he's like, yeah, seriously, we don't want to kill you if we don't have to, Vegeta, but we will. So, and Vegeta's just like trying to wonder, is like, what he's gonna do, is like, I could, and before he even says, like, Bardock's like, you create a false moon, we all have our tails. We could easily turn, and let me tell you this, Rad's is the weakest of us, and he just thrashed you. So, you could go Ozaru, but we can all go Ozaru and just beat the ever-loving crud out of you. Take your time and think about this, Prince. You can either die, or hear us out. And Vegeta hates to admit, but one thing Vegeta hates to admit is when he's weak or wrong. But this is one of those scenarios where he's got to face facts. Like, Rad's royally thrashed him. He's just kind of like, how do the low class runt get this strong? And if it's true, they're all stronger than Raditz, then how did these low class losers get this much stronger than him, the Prince of All Saiyans, a Saiyan elite, or a super elite, as he puts it. And it's like, would you like? So Vegeta, what's it gonna be? And Vegeta's like, and he just kind of plops down on the ground. Just, what is it you want to talk about? And then Bar's like, we want to talk about killing Frieza. And then that just piques Vegeta. It's like, what? Look, Vegeta, you're part of his force. It's like, Frieza's been running around for too long. He explains why Frieza has to go. He's been running around too long, taking lives. He wiped out our race, Vegeta. I was there. I saw it. He wiped out our planet. So, and he's lived for too long. We need to take him on. We do. We need to end this. But yeah, we're not, and it's going to take a lot of training, a lot of effort, and a lot of teamwork. But we can do it because we are the Saiyan race, and the Saiyans don't back down. But the beauty of this Vegeta is that he doesn't know you may turn on him, but he doesn't know that you can be the man on the inside. You can be the one that tells us what he's doing. So when the time's right, we can strike and take him out. What do I get out of this? You mean besides Frieza being killed, we'll let you train the way we trained? And it's like, think of it, Vegeta. I mean, if you're a Saiyan, if you're the Prince of All Saiyans, super elite, think about if we can get this much stronger, us low class Saiyans. Imagine what you can do. And Vegeta actually, they're dangling that right carrot in front of the station. It's a good point. What now? It's like, well, I mean, what happens after we kill Frieza? Well, get rid of his fleet. Do what you want. I mean, you could live here if you want, but let's be clear. You're not ruling the planet. And you're not ruling us. You can be the prince all you want, but you live here. You don't cause crap. You don't start anything. You live. You can train all you want, get stronger all you want, but face the next threat that may come if one comes. But you do you, but do it in a way that doesn't hurt this planet, or you're gonna deal with all of us again. That's the deal. Vegeta, despite not liking being under someone's thumb, which is what he is still kind of doing right now, is being under someone's thumb, he can't help but think that the deal isn't a bad deal. He he doesn't like having to listen to him, but he's like his fists are still tightened, but he thinks on it. So, where would I be training? And then they make the agreement and they go about their business. Now, here's the deal. Let's say we're skipping ahead to a month, and I'm at the 20-minute mark or so. I can go another 5 minutes. I think that's where we'll leave it off in about another 5 minutes. About a month has passed. Vegeta's been living at Capsule Corp. Now remember, Bardock and Gine actually live at Grandpa Gohan's house, whereas Kakarot and Bulma live at Capsule Corp. Vegeta's met Goku's son, who's around 3,000. And Jinsen and his brother and all that stuff. And they show him the gravity chamber. They don't tell him about Kami's place. They don't tell him about the hyperbolic time chamber. Because that's something they're going to save. They're saving for a special occasion for the fight for the Frieza, or at least the first time around, because they haven't used it yet. They're saving that for their fight with Frieza. But they show him the gravity chamber. Now, remember, Vegeta pushed his training all the way up to 500 times. Well, I think it was like 450, something like that. That was in Dragon Ball Z. He probably even goes to higher grades now when he trains in that thing. But he notes that, he was wondering if this would really work, and about probably a week afterwards, he's realizing the results of this training is quite impressive. Also, the food's pretty good on Earth. He, as a Saiyan, he can appreciate good cooking, and it's like, all right, there might be some things on this planet worth serving. Oh my god. So he's stuffing his face. Meanwhile, and by the way, Chi-Chi is married. I brought up the fact that Chi-Chi probably married Yamcha. But ultimately, there's nothing. They probably have a kid too, but there's nothing really to say on that. Yamcha's probably not going to be playing a much bigger part in this than he did in their previous, if that. So him and Chi-Chi more likely just live their lives. But Vegeta, power-wise, where does everyone stand? Well, Goku and Bardock probably don't increase. In a month's time, they're not really training to increase their power at all. They just do light training to maintain their power and train with Vegeta now and then. But so Goku maintains 800,000, Bardock maintains about 700,000. Jinsen and Raditz, though, probably do increase a little bit. Like Jinsen probably goes to about 200,000. Raditz probably goes to about. He's got bigger gaps to fill, and he's still got to keep up with his brother. I'd say about 150,000. Still weaker than Jinsen, but because he's the older brother, the eldest actually. Excuse me about that. Sorry. Talking too fast will sometimes cause me to suck in a little too much air. Because he is the oldest brother, he, generally speaking, could be the strongest of them, theoretically, if he had just had the time to do it. But, around 150. And Vegeta right now, he'd still be getting used to the whole gravity training thing. Would probably be right around 100,000, but it'd still be a power that Vegeta's just shocked that he has. He also learns how to sense energy and even suppress his energy through some meditation training. Piccolo, probably, again, doing his own training, has hit about 20,000. However, King Kai gets in touch with Kami, who then gets in touch with them, and as Vegeta's about to leave, says, wait, we need to talk. What's this? Oh, we're talking to God. It's like, yeah, wait, God? You have a legitimate God? It's like, yeah, it's a long story. What's up? It's like, it seems Frieza learned of the Dragon Balls on Namek. What? It's like, yes, he's heading there now. Or, actually, better yet, they wouldn't learn it from there. Vegeta would head back to Frieza's place. He'd keep his power suppressed right around 16,000, he figured. So, gets back there, kind of goes about his business, but wonders where Frieza is. So they explain where Frieza is. And he learns about it. He immediately contacts them, but he says but he wonders he's about to contact them, but he has to think on it. Is that it's like, I could contact them. They did give me quite a boost, and I could. And our goal to beat Frieza is admirable for the Saiyans. But if I get the Dragon Balls first and get my immortality, I won't need those fools. So he's like, but maybe I won't need those fools. But he thinks on it's like he's gotten his newfound power is great, but he's cocky. He is quite cocky, so he might think it's enough to take on Frieza anyway. So the question quickly becomes: does Vegeta decide to go after the Dragon Balls and not tell them, or tell them and so they can all meet up on Namek? And you know what? I'm going to let you decide that one. Put in the comments below. Do you think Vegeta is going to just betray them and try to get the Dragon Balls himself? Or do you think that he'll uphold his part of the bargain and contact them, and then they'll try to go dynamic and stop Frieza? Let me know in the comments below. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. And ideas for who would win, Star Wars, superhero, magic, what if, anything I do on the channel, put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. More War of the Sparks previews throughout the week. Who would wins? I've seen both Missing Link and Hellboy, and I'll probably see Pet Sematary Tuesday. So I got a lot of movies to do this week. The standard, usual what if, and the death battle between Captain Marvel and Shazam, or the original Captain Marvel, is happening this week. So death battle prediction for wherever the next one will be up. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you folks next time.